call the meeting to order. Would you please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Could I have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Stankiewicz.
Here.
Councilmember Phillips.
Here.
Councilmember Switzer.
Here.
Councilmember McCafferty.
Here.
Councilmember Holt.
Here.
Vice Mayor Granillo.
Here.
Mayor Armstrong.
Here.
And our town attorney is present.
Thank you very much. Item 2, introductions, presentations, and proclamations. Item A, presentation and recognition of the 2026 Citizens Academy graduates.
Good
Hi,
evening,
Jesse.
Mayor. Hi. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of the council, Jesse Soderberg, Executive Analyst. And I'd also like to introduce Mike Coomer, Assistant to the Town Manager. Oh, hello. Over the past 6 weeks, we've had the privilege of working with an incredible group of residents through the town's 2026 Citizens Academy. Together, we've explored the many services and facilities that help make Chino Valley such a special community. Mike is going to share more about the program in just a moment, but before he does, I'd like to say what an honor it's been to organize and collaborate with such an engaged and enthusiastic group of participants. Their curiosity, thoughtful questions, and commitment to learning more about local government made this year's Academy a tremendous success. Mike, I'll turn it over to you.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council, hi. Long time no talk. Just want to start off by saying it's been really awesome the last 6 weeks. So Jesse and I, this is our first one that we did together. We took a little bit of a hiatus during a little bit of a transitionary period. So Jess and I kind of took it and made it a little bit different in a certain sense. And so since it's been a little bit, just going to do a little bit of a quick refresher about what the program is. So what is Citizens Academy? As I put on there, the Town of Chino Valley Citizens Academy is a 6-week interactive program designed to provide residents with a behind-the-scenes look at local government. Participants meet with town leadership and staff, explore municipal services, tour facilities, and gain a greater understanding of the decisions, operations, and people that help keep Chino Valley running every day. Now, I'm going to go a little bit deeper and say why it matters. The Citizens Academy is more than a learning opportunity. It's an investment in an informed, engaged, and connected community. If I go a little bit deeper, I'll say strong communities are built on trust, transparency, and engagement. Citizens Academy helps bridge that gap between local government and residents that we serve by creating opportunities for meaningful conversations, education, and collaboration. By investing in programs like Citizens Academy, the town's able to increase transparency and understanding of local government, strengthen relationships between residents and town staff, encourage informed civic participation and community involvement, provide residents with direct access to town leadership and decision makers, and develop community ambassadors who can help share accurate information and promote positive engagement. And I think that's true in the fact that it's a relationship. So we're able to provide that, and they're able to have that opportunity to get that out of us. So this year we did a 6-week journey. We touched the first week with government and administration. So we did it here with Terry, town manager, finance, human resources. I can't remember, am I missing anybody else? Oh, and Mayor Armstrong was here, of course. And, oh yeah, and best for last.
It's always
It's because I missed you last week, and I just forgot about you. Week 2 was development services with Lori and Will, and they were very fun. I really enjoyed their week. Week 3, economic development, and then Spencer with IT. Week 4, we did public safety with the police department. Unfortunately, for some reason, we didn't get pictures for that, or else I would include those, so I apologize. We're so engaged, yes. Week 5 was our friends at Community Services and Parks. And then week 6, we wrapped it up with Public Works. And we gave everybody a quicker introduction than you to Ryan. So we decided that would be the surprise for them. Here's a few highlights. Week 2, like I said, with Development Services, they put together a really fun group activity, breaking everybody into groups, and they had to build their own town, which I thought was really fun. Everybody was really engaged, and then they presented. On week 3, we did the Fred Harvey tour. I want to say thank you to our local transit here. They volunteered somebody to come on out, and they took a bus, and we took everybody out there. And then it ended with Spencer and his awesome trivia game, Are You Nerd Enough? It was a really good time. And honestly, I learned a few things too. I'm not 100% tech savvy, but I learned a few things. We had to tell him to put his hand down, which is awesome.
He got the Nerd Award.
Super Nerd Award. But I think we had a few people who were nerd enough, which is cool. Week 5, Community Services took it away from us. We did a library tour. It was really fun, of course, and all the services the library provides our community. And then they wrapped up their entire presentation with Community Services Jeopardy. And we had to be careful that Laura wasn't there because Morgan was chucking candy at people. Week 6, we did a tour of the water reclamation facility. And I know, it's always great to go out there. And we had, every week, I want to say thank you to those who showed up from council. I think it's really good for you guys to be there, and it sets precedence on how important the program is. Now, one of my personal favorite moments, it's with Terry. On the first night, we learned about her being a reformed speedster. But the one thing that nobody really learns about, and it was pretty hilarious watching her, is she loves puzzles. And I snagged a picture of her because she was fighting back for about 5-10 minutes looking at this person and trying to put a puzzle piece in. So people probably didn't notice that, but I certainly did. But yeah, so I just want to say congratulations to our graduates. You're all going to receive a certificate this evening, a letter of appreciation from our mayor, vice mayor, and council. And we were just really thankful for you to have participated with us. I want to state that we started with 16 people who signed up, and through the rigorous journey that it is, there was no homework or anything like that. We ended with 11 graduates. So we really want to award them and thank them for dedicating 6 weeks, 2 hours a week at least of their time. And I'm very grateful and appreciative. On your certificates, it will say the following: in recognition of the successful completion of the 2026 Town of Chino Valley Citizens Academy. Through the participation, graduates gain valuable insight into the services, operation, and leadership that help shape our community. Their commitment to civic engagement and lifelong learning reflects the spirit of an informed and connected Chino Valley. Thank you for your investment in the future. So I'm going to call Jesse up, and we're going to read your names and have you come on up, and let's get you through this. So here's our, yes, here is our graduating class.
I have one question, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Where did the term reformed in front of her speeding come from?
Well, she relapsed.
She hadn't been caught again, is what you're trying to tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
What he's saying is I sent him a picture before session
One.
1 with me sitting in my car and a police officer behind me, and I said I may be late.
I decided not to include that picture this evening.
And I came back and said it had been a year since I've been trying to be a reformed speeder. It had been a year since I stopped, and I told him I fell off the wagon. So.
Are you still good?
I'm still good.
Okay, good.
Yeah, she stayed behind me coming back from Winslow because I had my cruise control set.
For the record, she was still there in time for the session, so.
And never went over the speed limit.
Yeah.
All right. We have Donna Armstrong.
Hey, we gotta put this one away. She didn't graduate. I'm just kidding.
Come on up.
Mayor, would you come down? I want to get a picture with you and give me.
You and your wife. You and your wife.
Oh, you want to do that at the end?
Just do everybody at one time.
Well, we know who's running that house.
She graduated now.
I want individuals, because I have it for every year, we get one picture of everybody.
Oh, okay. Say cheese, say money.
Next. Oh,
Yep, they're ready.
Do you want a picture?
I got one. You got it. And then we'll stay and get one.
so next we have Miss Lynn Baker, and she's not here today, so her husband Ralph Baker, who is also graduating, please come on up and get your certificate.
Cleaned up.
Step in here for a minute.
I can do that.
Next we have Larry Guidry.
Thank you.
She had no choice.
Alexia Granillo.
The dad should be down there with her too.
I got plenty of pictures of her.
Now Mackenzie couldn't be here today, but it's still important that we recognize her. Mackenzie Greiger.
He is our youngest participant. And they're trying to establish a youth council at the high school, and we are certainly going to help them with that endeavor.
Next we have James Mosler.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have Mike Mersney. We have Dwight Savage.
This is the first phase of his learning. He's
That's
going to be on
right.
our town council here shortly, so. There you go.
We have Cole Swearingen.
That's cool. Congratulations.
And the same with Mr. Swearingen coming on to help us.
And finally, Clay Turpin.
Make sure I'm right. Yeah, I'm right. Sorry about that.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's great, thanks.
Again, thank you so much.
Thanks, David. There.
You're good, you're good.
Except for 5. Are you done yet?
Congratulations, everybody. If you don't mind, after this, if you head out to the hallway, we'll take a quick picture as a group. And just want to say thank you so much. Last thing, too, is I'm a big person on becoming better. And so I want to make sure that as we move forward to this program, we're able to offer and provide an exceptional experience for the future. Not saying that we didn't do a good job with you, but in life, we can always do better. And so I sent a survey out. A couple of you, Mike and Dwight, thank you so much for finishing it. But if you need it again, I'll send it to you. I'd love for your information. You can be anonymous if you want, or whatever you want to do. So thank you so much.
And finally, please acknowledge Mike and Jesse for the hard work that they put.
Okay, item B, presentation of a $1,500 check to the Chino Valley Police Department K-9 unit. And that is coming from the Chino Valley K-9 Training Club.
We need the dog.
That's why he's here. Hi, bud.
Will you take it here now?
Hopefully you all left your stash at home, the dog will find it. A couple people run out the door.
I got some people leaving.
Another letter going
Oh, yeah. All that money goes strictly to them. And we're gonna have to come up with a new dog for sure.
I appreciate it. In the community, where we can keep running and protecting the community with dogs. They're a great asset and a great tool for all police. So, thanks to Reese for his duty.
Okay, item C, presentation and annual update provided by the Chino Valley Area Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of the council. I am pleased to introduce the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce Board Chair Julie Ruddle and Chair-elect Bob Layton to provide the Chamber's annual update.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. It's a true privilege to stand before you this evening on behalf of the Chino Valley Area Chamber of Commerce. As board chair, I want to begin by expressing our sincere appreciation for the continued partnership and support we receive from the town of Chino Valley. Your collaboration is instrumental to the Chamber's growth and the success of our shared mission to strengthen the local economy and uplift our community. Over the past year, we've experienced meaningful progress, welcoming new members, expanding outreach, and deepening our connections with local businesses and residents. These accomplishments are a direct reflection of the commitment we all share to see Chino Valley thrive. Tonight, we are proud to share the Chamber's progress and priorities for the year ahead. Thank you for your leadership, your partnership, and for the opportunity to serve this remarkable community together. Special thank you to Eric, our awesome secretary on our board, to John for being our awesome MC for the Talk of the Town. Terry and Mayor Armstrong, you guys always show up for our ribbon cuttings and just really give us a lot of support. So I just wanted to make sure that you knew we really appreciate you. Our mission is to support, promote, and provide resources for the Chino Valley area. Our vision is to be Chino Valley's premier business networking and advocate organization for our businesses. So we, this year, did a 3-year strategic plan that Darla DeVille from APS was our administrator. And it's built on leadership, partnerships, and active community involvement. Revitalized programs and increased member engagement, and we have a clear direction for ongoing success. For this last year, we actually have 294 active members. We added 33 new chamber members, which is about 3 per month. You can look at our expenses and revenue. Bottom line, we're in the black, and so we're really excited about that, and it's with your help. What's really important for us is just to know that what our outreach has been. So our member search hits for web engagement went up about 174% from the previous year. The member page visits went up about 123% from the previous year. That's pretty outstanding. Social media growth, 2,500 followers. Facebook reach average 5.4K impressions a month. And our top traffic sources are Google and Facebook. So community events and scholarships, Territorial Days weekend, 9/11 Remembrance and Tribute Ceremony, Chino Grinder Bike Race, Yavapai College Harvest Festival, National Night Out, Chino Valley Police Department, Fall Food Drive, Chino Valley Food Bank, CVH Chino Valley High School Finals Week Treat Sponsor, State Route 89 Holiday Lighting Contest, all Chino Valley businesses, Yavapai College Job Fair, 14th Annual Bob Kecker Memorial Golf Tournament, monthly appearances on KQ&A's Talk of the Town, monthly email chamber newsletter, and I don't know if you guys get that, but it's really improved. It's really wonderful. We awarded 9 scholarships this year via Bob Kecker Memorial Golf Tournament, and that's just been growing. So we're really excited about being able to give those scholarships and provide that back to the community. So in closing, well, I wanted to show you guys something. You all got these. This is something that we did this year, which is our insider. And it's really kind of nice. It has all the board members, has our kind of just a map, if you look to the back page, of what you can expect as a member. So we set expectations and show the benefits of being a member and kind of show what our partnership costs would be and also our calendar of events. So everyone that joins or just wants one of these, we give. And then we also have this Chamber of Commerce, which has a lot of information in it. So we've kind of upped our game on those in the last year, and we're going to continue. Our next one is our map. And the other thing that we're trying to maybe upgrade a little bit is our webpage and have some links to different things for this year. So in closing, Chamber is growing in exposure, connections, and community impact thanks to our board, staff, ambassadors, volunteers, and community partners such as yourselves. The future's bright. Together, there's no limit to what we can accomplish. Thank you.
Thank you. Call to the public.
Call to the public is an opportunity for the public to address the council on any issue within the jurisdiction of the council. Public comment is at the discretion of the council, not required by law. Individuals are limited to speak for 3 minutes. Yielding of time will not be permitted. The total time for call to the public may be up to 30 minutes per meeting. Council action taken as a result of public comment on items not on the agenda will be limited to directing staff to study the matter, scheduling the matter for further consideration and decision at a later date, or responding to criticism. Public comment is invited and encouraged. However, personal attacks on individuals is not appropriate. Disrespectful behavior will not be tolerated. This includes loud outbursts, profanity, and disruptive discussions among our audience. I did not have any file cards tonight.
Thank you very much. Item 4, current event summaries and reports. Item A, status reports by mayor and council regarding current events. John?
None.
Robert?
No, sir.
Larry?
No, sir.
Sherry?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Don't you all pass out now. So Saturday on the 20th was the Righteous Rods Car Show. 77 cars participated, which they had a silent auction, a 50-50 drawing, and they raised a little over $6,400, and it all goes to the Life Pregnancy Center here in Chino. So that's awesome. That's all I have.
I know. Eric?
No.
Okay, Terry and I and Maggie Holmberg from our development staff, we spent the weekend up the Grand Canyon with the Fred Harvey folks. Made a lot of good connections, made a lot of progress in talking to people. There's some extremely interested people in helping us getting the farm going, and there'll be more of that coming. I'm sure Terry's going to expound on it for longer than I'm going to talk, that's for sure, but that's normal. Also, I don't see them in the audience, but the Republican Women of Prescott give out 5 scholarships each year. 2 of those scholarships this year were given to Chino Valley High School graduates. Sage Scott and Richard Horn Jr. were the 2 that were given the scholarships from here. I asked them to attend, but we do need to recognize those people. Mr. Horn is staying at Yavapai College and doing some business administration type work. Sage Scott, she's going to A&M. We'll be on their rodeo team. As you know, last year we honored her with their reward of the top barrel racer and the top breakaway roper for the High School Rodeo Association. She's going to Texas A&M and is going to be an orthodontist. Hopefully she'll come back here because we got a lot of people that need dental work. And that's all I have, Madam Town Manager.
Thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council. Just to elaborate a little bit, it was a very good weekend. We were able to meet with, there was Fred Harvey family members, some of the Harveys were there. We had major project sponsors who did the renovation of the La Posada, that did the El Tovar, that did the, I think, Castaneda in Las Vegas. So they did these major renovation projects, and we're able to find the funding and the sources to do that, in which, you know, council has challenged us to find outside funding sources and preserve the history as the primary end goal, and educate people on what Fred Harvey was and what this farm meant to the expansion of the West. So we're excited to make those partnerships, and those gentlemen are going to be coming down and touring the farm over the next month, and hopefully partnering with us, and we can use their expertise. So we're very, very excited about that. Additionally, early voting for the July 21st, 26th primary election begins tomorrow. You can drop off your ballot right here at Town Hall using the drop box located in the parking lot. For other drop box locations in Yavapai County, visit our website, www.chinovalleyaz.gov, and select the big vote button on the homepage, or you can contact our clerk's office at 928-636-3130. Come participate in History Brought to Life. In honor of America's 250th birthday, the town of Chino Valley Library is teaching an engaging session on our nation's First Lady, Martha Washington. And that's going to be Wednesday, July 1st from 10 to 11, and our pseudo Martha Washington will be joining us. So come and talk and see about Martha and her impact in our history. We have Stars, Stripes, and Syrup, pancakes for pickleball. So it is a fundraiser. Kick off your July 4th with a hometown pancake breakfast supporting the Chino Valley Pickleball Association. It will be Saturday, July 4th from 7 to 10 a.m. At the Chino Valley Senior Center. Pre-sale tickets are available through the Chino Valley Pickleball Association and the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce. Thank you, Chamber. Tickets are also available at the door. Other 4th of July activities in town will be the Chino Valley's Aquatic Center will be having open swim from 10 to 4, and the Chino Valley Public Library is having a 4th of July food drive, highlighting what we need. And I know this comes up every year, so I will say, everybody always says, why aren't we having fireworks? And we have a limited budget. The Territorial Days is our signature event, and we have an amazing fireworks celebration and community event then. We don't want to compete against, there's many other options out there for the 4th of July. We don't want to stretch our fire resources more than we need to. So we're offering daytime activities for those that want to do things locally, but we encourage you to visit our partners for the evening festivities and then come join us for fireworks over Territorial Days on Labor Day weekend. One more thing I have is don't forget to review the America 250 event brochure to join all of the events around the greater northern Arizona region to celebrate Route 66 Centennial and America's 250th birthday. And here is, you can see a ton of events that are going on. Go to our webpage, you can reach out, but please in some way celebrate this. It's, 250 is a pretty big deal. We need to celebrate our nation, and we need to celebrate, Route 66, which is really big in the Americana that we're all a part of. So thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Item 5, consent agenda. Would anyone like to remove an item from the consent agenda to be heard separately?
Yes.
John?
No.
Robert?
No, sir.
Sherry?
No.
John?
No.
Eric?
No.
Go ahead, Larry.
I'd like to remove item 5B.
Okay. Item 5B, we'll treat as an action item.
Consideration and possible action to approve a memorandum of understanding with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives Department regarding the E-Trace internet-based firearm tracing application.
Who's presented? I guess if he,
Chief is off. Yeah. Chief is off.
she's kind of a big deal.
Chief is off. Chief is off this week, so we have a big deal lieutenant. Hello. How y'all doing today? I don't need a microphone, really. Okay, what you got for me?
I just have a question. I'll hit you with the tough one, the constitutional question on the tracking of firearms, but how does this system work?
So the system is paperless, pretty much, and you have one person, one or two people that are the administrators for the E-Trace. If a gun comes in, whether or not it's found or we take it off somebody, and it comes back as stolen or used in a crime, then it goes back to the ATF, and that way it's traceable of who it belonged to, when it was used, and the last time it was in the system. So it's pretty much paperless. And it's
Okay.
easier, and you have more access to firearms that you normally wouldn't, because it's,
But none of the records will be kept locally, as far as the E-Trace?
No,
It's all
sir.
in the FBI database or
No,
ATF
sir.
database?
no, it's
Okay.
all on the E-Trace.
All right, thank you.
That it?
That was it. Make it easy.
I'll entertain a motion on item B.
Make a motion to approve consent agenda A, B, C, and D. Oh, you
We need to
separate them?
separate them. and
Make a
approve
motion
B
to-
first.
Approve consent agenda item 5B.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None heard, motion carries. Now I'll entertain a motion for items A, C, and D.
I make a motion to approve consent agendas A, C, and D.
A motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None heard, motion carries. Thank you very much. Item 6, action items. Item A, consideration and possible action to approve or defer application for WIFA funding in the amount of $10 million for a PFAS remediation project at the water reclamation facility.
Every time you get to the mic.
I guess. I don't know. I got some kind of energy going here. I'm going to kick it off and then give this over to the experts. But, we've been dealing with lots of PFAS-related projects. We've been dealing with funding. And we always want to bring everything before you that is a possibility to see where you need to go. So there is funds out there in WEFA for a PFAS remediation project at the water reclamation facility. Now we have our operations folks, so Ryan, our new Public Works Director, will talk about what PFAS remediation is at a water reclamation facility, and then Katie will talk about the financial impacts of potentially doing a project out there. This is a little different than things we looked at in the past. There is, they'll talk about it more, but there is not legislation, there is not MCLs, there is not anything we need to be in compliance yet. We do know it is an issue that we will eventually need to address. We just don't know what that looks like, and you also know that we're kind of in a tight financial position. So we'll give you the details of that, and we're looking for a little bit of direction on where we're going to go. So with that, I will hand it over to Ryan, our Public Works Director.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
I'll go through the slides here. The first few I'll go through, and then the finance director will go through the remainder. The PFAS remediation at the water reclamation facility. Per polyfluoroalkyl substances, PFAS are a group of man-made chemicals found in many consumer and industrial products. PFAS enters the wastewater system through residential, commercial, and industrial sources. Current federal PFAS regulations primarily apply to drinking water systems. There are currently no PFAS treatment requirements for effluent discharge from the water reclamation facility. Future federal and state regulations may address wastewater discharges, biosolids management, and PFAS monitoring requirements. Regulatory timelines and treatment standards for wastewater facilities remain uncertain. Potential PFAS remediation project at the wastewater reclamation facility. Purpose, to reduce PFAS concentrations in treated effluent and or biosolids. Project is in conceptual stage only. No engineering study, design, pilot testing, or technology selection has been completed. Potential treatment technologies may include a variety of current or emerging options. Additional evaluation would be needed to determine regulatory requirements, treatment goals, technology selection, site impacts and operational requirements, capital and operating cost. The Clean Water Act, PFAS MCLs, maximum contamination limits. The United States Environmental Protection Agency has not yet developed or published the Clean Water Act MCLs for PFAS components in water reclamation facilities or process. The water production facility PFAS requirements were originally set for 2029 and may be extended out to 2031. The risk of not proceeding with the project currently, future funding opportunities and principal forgiveness percentages may be less favorable than those today, although the amount of forgiveness currently available remains uncertain. Delaying evaluation of PFAS treatment alternatives may result in higher future project costs due to inflation, regulatory changes, or more stringent treatment requirements. PFAS concentrations in reclaimed water continue to impact groundwater recharge operations, potentially increasing the duration of exposure to the town's recovery wells. And the rest, finance could go over if there's no questions.
Questions for Ryan? John?
No.
Larry?
No, sir.
Robert?
Not at this time.
Sherry?
No.
John?
Yeah, just to make sure, because I thought this was already a done deal before. I thought we were only going to do it on the supply side, and we weren't pursuing the recharge side because we don't know if we'll have we couldn't afford the funding was one, and two, there was really no requirement for us to do it. It was only on the supply side. Am I misreading this?
No, that is correct. We had preliminary conversations, but we never brought it before you for formal direction. And so that's why we're here now.
Right. And I guess from your perspective, because you've lived in other states, do you think, I'm not saying that this is happening, but recharging PFAS is back into the aquifer, do you think that's a higher risk? I mean, I'm not saying that we are, but the potential's there because how else is it getting there?
Yeah, I mean, that's an unknown. There are some, my understanding, some supplies that are not coming from our water system that are still going to contribute to the water reclamation facility. So I don't think it's going to go away, but that is an unknown of how high the levels will be.
Right. So, and there's no liability issues for exempt
Not
wells,
currently,
only for
no.
the municipal side of supply.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
And the other thing that I want to point out is that our current water reclamation facility expansion project has funds for a pilot project where we will be getting a little bit more information, have a better understanding what's happening at our plant.
Eric?
No.
I don't have any questions. Thank you, sir.
Real quick,
He didn't wear the
Tom,
tie.
just from a kind of a logic standpoint, so on the drinking water side, it's 4 PPT is the MCL, right?
That's what it's being
Established.
proposed as, yeah.
So I wouldn't it be logical to say that they're going to hold that standard to recharge too? Because I mean, it just goes right into the aquifer. So
I don't know. I don't know if Mark, have they been talking about a level? No level.
but would it make sense if they're going to just keep it at 4? I mean, if it's on the supply side, recharge side, it's not going to be higher. So, okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Madam Pill? Here comes the bad news.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members. So with that, the standard process that you all have seen before, just wanted to remind you of where we are with this particular project. So right now, the only thing that has moved forward is a project priority list, which is just a very preliminary application with WIFA to get an understanding of if there's funding available for that project. So based on your input tonight, we'll determine whether or not we bring an action item back before you for a debt authorization for this project, or if at this time we pull our PPL and wait for a better time in the future. So with the wastewater fund,
Again, you all have seen this graph several times as we've talked about the history of the fund over the last few years. And currently, wastewater fund still owes the general fund about $1.3 million. And while the performance has improved over the last few years, we are expecting the expenditures to outweigh the revenues for this upcoming fiscal year, and that's primarily due to the new WRF improvements loan that we just had to take out for expansion there, which was necessary. And right now, it does not fully support additional loan of this magnitude. This loan at approximate $10 million, we don't know what portion would be forgivable. We haven't been able to get clarity from WIFA on that. There's a possibility we could get a little bit more forgivable principal if we split it between two of their different funding sources, but we would still be responsible for the majority of that amount unless something changed with that funding. We also don't want to, we know we have the Bright Star project that is taking priority right now, so we can handle the drinking water side. And that's where we're really hoping to get that forgivable principal, and there's only so much that WIFA has available for these different projects right now. But with that, the full debt service payment on the $10 million would be around $700,000. So if we were to spread this among our utility ratepayers, that would be about $24 a month additional, which is a 38% increase of their current fees, which is pretty substantial. Looking beyond, otherwise the general fund would have to supplement that. Looking beyond PFAS, there's a high likelihood we'll need to expand the WRF in the next 10 plus years if we reach operational capacity limits. And that expansion would be extremely significant in cost, upwards of $10–20 million. So pursuing a PFAS treatment project at this time could impact our flexibility to do the capacity expansion when that comes up. So with that, with the preliminary estimate for the project being $10 million and us not knowing where we would be at with the forgivable principal, we don't really know how much we would have obligation-wise out of pocket. Additionally, this is a preliminary planning level estimate, which means it's even steps behind where we were with the Bright Star project, that we're cooperating with ADEQ on, and that one doubled in price when we had more. We already had engineering estimates on that, and it's still changed significantly. So at this time, we haven't completed any engineering or design work. So there's a big question mark how much this actually would cost us. So because of those reasons, we're not arguing that this isn't an important thing that we need to consider. As Ryan spoke to, there are additional contaminants that come in. Even if we handle it on the drinking water side, we're going to still have those customers on our water reclamation facility side where they're not using our water. So we still would be introducing a variety of chemicals into the water reclamation facility. So it doesn't prevent the problem if we fix the water source. However, we're hoping to cut it back a little bit. But it is something that'll probably come up in the future regulatory-wise, and that's why we think at this time we should defer the application, but definitely monitor going forward so we can ensure we're meeting any requirements that as they come forth. And with that, I'm happy to answer any questions on the financial
Questions?
side.
John? Larry?
No, sir.
Robert?
So does it cost us anything to just go to the next step just to see what the actual hard numbers are going to be from WIFA to see what?
So the challenge with that, no, we can do that. It's just staff time. But the biggest concern I have from a financial perspective is the actual cost of what the project is going to be.
Correct, but we don't know. I mean,
we'd need to
maybe they're going to
engineer.
offer more money. I mean, would it be a significant amount of staff time that just makes this
And
not feasible? Or
regardless, we know that the current project that is under regulatory compliance, that we're at 90/10.
Hopefully.
And that's hopefully. They have even said we won't know probably till August for sure. This one, they are saying those numbers could be completely flipped. They could be 50-50, they could be 60-40. So even if we went forward, we won't tell till we get to the last step whether it's going to be 60-40, 80-20. And it is a significant amount of staff time.
But if the numbers were way better than 90-10, or, I mean, you think
We don't
worse?
expect, they're going to be worse.
Okay.
We're hoping for
There's-
90-10 with the current project that has regulations in place and we have to be in compliance. So for a project that does not yet have any regulations and there is no compliance,
Probably far less.
it's probably
Okay.
far less.
Sherry,
No.
John?
But we would have to incur engineering costs because you have to be at 30 to 60%, right, by the time we get to the end?
We do have to have a certain amount of engineering. I'm not sure of the exact percentage, but it has to be more than back of the napkin.
So we
you
would
know.
be spending money to find out how much money, okay. When I first read this thing, I thought we were talking about the Bright Star.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense, but now I go back, I thought we squashed this a long
Yes,
time
I get
ago.
where you're at. No, this is not Bright Star.
Right.
Eric?
None.
This is, without knowing anything about it, I don't know how we can go ahead. And I'm certainly not in favor of adding $24 a month onto everybody's bill to maybe cover what we don't even know is gonna happen yet. 29 is a ways out there, and now they're saying possible 32. I don't know. I just don't see. But any other questions? I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve action, or make a motion. The recommended action is for action item 6A is to defer application for WIFA funding for PFAS remediation project at the water reclamation facility until regulatory compliance is federally denied and or becomes mandatory.
A motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. It's a roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Sinkowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Switzer.
Yes.
Councilmember Holt.
Yes.
Councilmember Phillips.
Yes.
Councilmember McCafferty.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Grineal.
Yes.
Mayor Armstrong.
Yes,
7-0 passes.
thank you very much. Item B, you will hold a public, defer application of WIFA funding for PFAS remediation project at the water reclamation until regular compliance is federally defined and or becomes mandatory. We just did that.
6B.
6B is opening a public hearing regarding resolution number 2026-1312 relating to the town's final budget for fiscal year 2026-2027 and the proposed expenditure limitation for the same year in the amount of $48,345,342. Madam Pill.
So before the public hearing opens, I just wanted to do an overall of the town budget. We've already gone over this as well. This hasn't changed from our last discussion at the end of May. Our total expenditure for the budget will be $48,345,342. This is actually a little bit more, $1.6 million more than last year's budget. However, the draw on fund balance is less. So with that, the draw on fund balance is just under $800,000 less than the prior year's budget. And we are ensuring that our ongoing revenues cover our ongoing expenses, where our one-time revenues are funded out of surplus in ongoing revenues as well as fund balance. And with that, I don't have any more to present on that unless council has specific questions.
Questions, John?
No.
Larry?
No.
Robert?
No, sir.
Sherry?
No.
John?
No questions.
Eric?
No.
I have no questions. I'll entertain. I
No.
will open a public hearing to see if there's any comments from anyone in the audience. Please step forward. Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. I entertain a motion.
Not yet.
All right, there's no more.
Just gonna move on. We'll do that during the
Special meeting.
Okay, thank you very much.
So the next, oh, go ahead.
Katie, just a point, if I can, Mayor.
Certainly.
For the public, anybody who's on the list or want to listen in the future, it looks like, Katie kind of prefaced it, it looks like we have $48 million that we're spending, that we're generating $48 million in revenue. And I want people to understand that technically that's correct, but really it's not. We're generating $25 million through revenues or 24, is that what it is? About 24 million every year. Because a lot of that carries over from one year to another. You have placeholders for loans that we haven't secured yet, and we have these other things. So, because I hear people in the public, you got $48 million, you're spending it wrong. Okay, we really are earning 24 million through taxes and revenues and permits and whatever way we get our funding. And that's what we're funding the town on realistically. The difference there is what Katie does through her magic wand with projects, capital improvements, the enterprises, and other things. So I just want the public to be aware that our revenue really isn't 48 million, and a lot of people think it is, and it kind of gives I understand why we have to report it that way.
And I appreciate that, and a lot of those items, if we get if pursuing grants, we have some major grants out there, we have to have spending authority in the budget. And so that doesn't necessarily mean that those town funds are being spent, but if they came in, we need you to give us the authority to do that. So those numbers really impact that, that takes us up to the 48 rather than the 24.
And I'll add just to that, so we live off TPT sales tax primarily, so buy local.
Or at least online, we have to pay tax. And the reason why I preface this is, in case, there's a lot of naysayers out there, the town doesn't know what we're doing, the council's stupid, we're blowing money, we have too much of this and that, we don't need any development, we have enough taxes. Folks, if anybody who's been paying attention to this budget process, you've seen how Katie, Mark, Carrie have been trying to balance these capital improvement enterprise fundings to make it work. And you can see there is no room without further economic development. If we don't increase our revenue stream into this town, keep in mind, after everything settles with all these other dramas related to the airfield and all that, water and roads are still going to come back to be the #1 pressing issue on every Facebook post that comes up. And at some point, whether we import water or we start gathering water, rain harvesting rainwater, it's going to take a substantial amount of money to make it work in this community going into the 20, 30 years. And unfortunately, we need to make the plans today to generate the revenues in 10, 15 years from now. It doesn't happen. So that's why the ship needs to be going in the direction of economic development. And I want the citizens to be fully aware of our budget, because they're not. They just think we blow it and everything's fine, and it's not, and we have to stay afloat.
When you just heard, so we just had a discussion on the PFAS for reclamation. So that eventually, sooner rather than later, that's going to come up, and expansion of the sewage plant. So these are all huge capital projects coming up down the road in the next 10 years, which is not very long.
Exactly. And just to keep in mind, we have, as a council, have tasked the staff with making economic development the biggest process going on. John's right. We need money. We have to get it, or we're going to fall flat. Any other questions? Seeing none, item C, public hearing regarding resolution number 2026-1313 relating to statements and estimates of expenses of the town of Chino Valley street lighting improvement districts for fiscal year 26-27. Madam Pill.
This is for the street lighting improvement districts, so there's actually 3 districts. It has not changed from the prior year, so the ad valorem tax amount on homes should actually generally decrease slightly based on their assessed valuation. And with that, I don't have anything else to add with that one. If you all have any questions.
John? Larry?
No, sir.
Robert?
No, sir.
Sherry?
No.
John?
No.
Eric?
No.
I have no questions. I'll open a public hearing. Anybody would like to come forward to speak on this matter, please do so at this time. Seeing none, thank you very much. I'll close the public hearing. Go to item D, public hearing regarding resolution number 2026-1314 relating to statements and estimates of expenses of the Del Sol Maintenance Improvement District for fiscal year 26-27. Madam Pill.
So this district we had talked about a little bit previously, so I'm just going to go through a little bit of history with it and where we are now. So with the Del Sol Maintenance Improvement District, it's 25 properties, which is a relatively small district. And so there's 7 maintenance areas. There's the 6 green highlighted parcels on the right side of this map. And then at the very bottom, there's a little strip along the whole bottom that's a concrete channel that also has to be maintained for weeds. And because it is such a small district, it's spread over very few property owners. The original scope, when the developer was still handling the district, was really weed spraying and mowing services that cost about $2,600 annually. Once we took it over, we, in conversations with development services, indicated that there was additional landscape maintenance needs in order to stay within our own code compliance requirements, resulting in higher costs than prior years. So when that was put out to bid for this last year, it actually represented a substantial change where the low bid was little over 14,000, which is a big difference from 2,600. So as you can imagine, that would be a large impact on the property owners in the district. So since that time, we have actually, staffs worked together to refine a maintenance scope to better align what services we must have with the actual district needs and to obtain more competitive pricing. That bid package is actually out or will be sent out to landscape contractors here or maintenance contractors shortly, and we're hoping to get some updates prior to the actual levy adoption at our next regular meeting. But until that updated pricing is finalized, basically what we did in that plan is we broke out the different services that we need and tried to specify what needed to be done where, while not being as restrictive as our prior scope. So things like weed height, things that are allowed under town code, we tried to match that more closely instead of being as restrictive as we were when we got the higher quote of the 14,000. And this last year, we actually cut that back a little bit and did bare bones on it, and it ended up being closer to 9,500 for the year. And so that's what we're proposing for this upcoming year. We're proposing that we actually set the levy a little lower than the 14,000. We're hoping that our bids that we've got out right now will come in lower around that amount, and it'll cover the electric and the actual landscape portion. We also split out different parts of the package so we can have optional services if certain things occur, or we can evaluate if it's better to have our in-house staff monitoring certain parts of that versus just weed spraying and mowing. And then with that, the tentative budget established the maximum levy, but that levy amount can be reduced if council sees fit. So with that, we do think that it would be to the benefit of homeowners to use the reduced levy amount this year, since we are in that flux period of trying to get new quotes right now. The full cost option of the low bid of the 14,000 is an option for council, but we are recommending the 9,487 as the estimated expenditure amount of the current year. If the reduced option is approved, we are expecting that the levy will increase in future years as maintenance costs become better defined. Additionally, there's other things that we have to consider in that area. So there's the irrigation along the frontage landscaping, so repairs to that, tree trimming and maintenance, as well as the well that actually waters those plants. So what does this mean per home? So the fiscal year 25-26 column shows where we are currently. So we had set the property tax levy to cover what we assumed the expenses would be for it in the first year that we had it, which was the $2,750. So the average tax per home was approximately $110. Because we ended up needing to pay closer to $9,500, that means the town had to subsidize just under $7,000 this last year. For fiscal year 26-27, this upcoming year, if we were to do the full $14,000, that would be an average tax per home, and this is on their property tax bill. It's an ad valorem taxing district, so based on the assessed valuation of their home. The average would be around $576 annually. So that's an increase of almost $400 per home, which is fairly significant in 1 year. A reduced option, which is what we're recommending at this time to find that balance between the maintenance costs as well as what needs to, or what is equitable to the homeowner, would be the $94.87, and with that, it would be about a $380 tax per home. So that's maintenance of all the drainage basins in front of those, in front of that subdivision, as well as the landscaped area, and then the maintenance of the concreted channels to keep weeds out of those. And so with that, it would be a town subsidy of approximately $5,000 if the bids come in at the $14,000, which we're not entirely sure yet. And something else to keep in mind, even though that we are recommending the town subsidy, there is a benefit to the town as well. It's not just aesthetics. Because of the way those drainage basins were put in, it does help the flow of water and helps prevent flooding in that area. So that is a plus to having those there, and it can help washouts in other areas. But with that, I'm happy to answer any questions on that before the public hearing.
John?
No.
Larry?
No.
Robert?
No.
Sherry?
No.
John?
My only contention is I don't like the idea of having to have other, everybody subsidize it. That's my only heartburn is the subsidy. It's like, oh, we're asking for every neighborhood in Chino to subsidize this neighborhood. And I think philosophically that's just wrong. But otherwise, the lower cost I would be in favor of.
Eric?
None.
I have no questions. I'll open a public hearing. Anyone like to come forward to speak on this matter? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Just so you folks know, we're gonna be going to a special meeting after this to vote on these projects. That's why you're not seeing a vote right now. That'll happen shortly after we close this meeting. Robert, you have something?
Just, can we have staff look into future subdivisions? How do we avoid special maintenance districts so this doesn't happen in the future?
If I may, yes, this was something that we inherited from prior staff. It was a few years in the works. I believe Development Services inherited this project as well. Quite honestly, any district that's this small is very difficult to make sustainable because it is such a small district. So I think that's something that we would look at potentially having further conversations on if something this size came up again.
And absolutely, we prefer to see this managed through an HOA that can enforce it and set those directly, and the town stays out of it. And that's what
Absolutely.
we
Town
would see
shouldn't
is-
be in this business, so.
So this was our first and only? Thank you.
Now we know.
Anything else?
No.
Sherry?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Hearing no opposition. We are adjourned. We'll take a short break before we go to our special meeting. Okay, we're gonna call the special meeting to order. Could I have a roll call, please?
Yes, Councilmember Sinkowitz.
Here.
Councilmember Phillips.
Here.
Councilmember Switzer.
Here.
Councilmember McCafferty.
Here.
Councilmember Holt.
Here.
Vice Mayor Grineal.
Here.
Mayor Armstrong.
Here.
And our town attorney is still present.
Item 2, consideration and possible action to approve resolution number 2026-1312 relating to the town's final budget for fiscal year 26-27 and the proposed expenditure limitation for the same year in the amount of $48,345,342. Madam Pill.
As we discussed in the regular meeting, that is our proposed final budget. I don't have anything to add unless council has any questions.
Questions? John?
No.
Larry? No. Robert?
No.
Sherry?
No.
John?
No, I just think she should itemize every line item.
I have my book.
She definitely could do that, so.
Eric? Any questions? I have none. I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion, we approve resolution number 2026-1312 relating to the town's final budget of fiscal year 2026-2027 and the proposed expenditure limitation for the same year in the amount of $48,345,342.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Sinkowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Switzer.
Yes.
Councilmember Holt.
Yes.
Councilmember Phillips.
Yes.
Councilmember McCafferty.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Grineal.
Yes.
Mayor Armstrong.
Yes.
7-0 passes.
Thank you. Item 3, consideration for possible action to approve resolution number 2026-1313 relating to statements and estimates of expenses of the town of Chino Valley Street Lighting Improvement District for the fiscal year 26-27. Questions? John?
No.
Larry? No. Robert?
Nope.
Sherry?
No.
Eric? John? Eric?
No.
I have no questions. I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion, we approve resolution number 2026-1313 relating to the statements and estimates of expenses of the town of Chino Valley Street Lighting Improvement Districts for the fiscal year 2026-2027, which shall constitute and are approved as the final budgets of the districts for fiscal year 2026-2027.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. This is also a roll call vote.
Councilmember Sinkowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Switzer.
Yes.
Councilmember Holt.
Yes.
Councilmember Phillips.
Yes.
Councilmember McCafferty.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Grineal.
Yes.
Mayor Armstrong.
Yes.
Passes 7-0.
Thank you very much. Item 4, consideration of possible action to approve resolution number 2026-1314 relating to the statements and estimates of expenses of the Del Sol Maintenance Improvement District for the fiscal year 26-27.
On this item, I would like to point out that the way it is written right now and the way the resolution is, it does include the recommended action to put the levy at the $9,487. Council will be able to officially vote on the levy itself at the next regular meeting as well.
Thank you. Questions, John?
No.
Larry?
No.
Robert?
Only question I have, so you got 3 bids prior, correct?
Correct.
And the new bids, are those with different contractors than the prior 3?
It is out for bid right now or for quotes from them. We're sending it out to as many landscape maintenance companies that are licensed in our area as possible.
Great, thanks.
Sherry?
No.
John?
No.
Eric?
No.
I have no questions. I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve resolution number 2026-1314 relating to the statements and estimates of expenses of the Del Sol Maintenance Improvement District for the fiscal year 2026-2027, which shall constitute and are approved as the final budget of the district for the fiscal year 2026-2027.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. This is also a roll call vote.
Councilmember Sinkowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Switzer.
Yes.
Councilmember Holt.
Yes.
Councilmember Phillips.
Yes.
Councilmember McCafferty.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Grineal.
Yes.
Mayor Armstrong.
Yes.
Passes 7-0.
Item 5, Madam Phillips.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Opposed? None heard? We are adjourned.